Now, anything we say can be used against us. So, just say, careful what you put out there, people.
Well, I also most likely could be lying, so just for dramatic effect, just to put that out there.
Just to put it out there, I could be lying to you, and you wouldn't have a fucking clue right now.
So, can't be used against me. I already put that out there.
So, can't be used against me. It's all alleged. Fuck you. Come at me. Don't actually. We don't have a lawyer yet.
I'll be my own lawyer. I am a lawyer.
No, we are not representing ourselves in a court of law. That always goes bad, Laura. I listen to a lot of true crime, and every time they represent themselves, it goes very bad. Very quickly in court. We are not representing ourselves. We don't know shit about the law.
It would be funny, though. So
it would be fucking hilarious.
If we can put it on our podcast, I still might do it.
We'll just do a little reenactment of us if we had to go to court pretending to be lawyers.
It's not looking pretty, y'all.
It's not gonna be pretty. We will end up looking at them and be like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and just get to the part where you sentence me. It's fine.
It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
But I also would be having to request, like, costume changes, because I'm not gonna look like a prisoner, you know, and then have to represent myself in such attire. I will be wearing a lawyer suit because I've always wanted
God, yeah.
to,
like,
so.
I'm gonna come in like a 3-piece suit.
Exactly.
Like, it's gonna be like, ooh, okay. Okay. Oh gosh. I love it.
Yes.
I love it. Well, I guess this is Chaos and Cats. We'll get this part out of the way.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what else it would be.
It was really funny. I just edited episode 8 and put that up. Y'all didn't get the intro until like 5, 6, 7 minutes in. We didn't do the intro and the music until like 5 minutes in. I was like, yeah, I'm really not going to put the music in until like 5 minutes in.
Is that the one, though?
We started recording early, and we were talking about our cats for, like, 5-7 minutes straight. Yeah. And then we were like, hey, we should put the intro in here somewhere.
We should probably do that, since we're recording.
Yeah, so we did that. But yeah, this is Chaos and Cats.
Welcome.
Welcome. There's little to no structure to this thing. We got a slight structure. Slowly but surely it becomes a bit more structured, but it has to have some structure to it.
I think it depends on the episode, I feel.
Oh, I don't necessarily mean in the sense of like when we decide our topics and how the episode goes, but there's a bit of structure to the podcast. There's a teensy bit in the background. You guys don't get to see that structure. You guys don't get to see it, but it's there somewheres. I thought it. I'm Kaylie.
Oh, and I am Selena.
I'm sorry.
Told you, liar.
Oh wow! I was like, I almost believed you for a second. I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
You're like, wait, have you been lying about
bye, Rudo.
Your name this whole time?
Bye.
Bye, Rudo. No, I'm Laura. I don't know why, but my brain searched through names and decided on Selena because
it's always interesting the first name that always like whenever it comes to mind.
It wasn't the first because I wasn't gonna call myself Miley. It's the only there's one person named Miley.
Yeah, that's fair.
So and then the other one I thought of was Nikita. but she is a...
Isn't she a little problematic?
Nikita is amazing.
I don't know anything about her. I thought
Asian descent, so
I have no clue. I thought maybe it was just a thing, some form of drama happened at some point. I could be thinking of someone else.
Show
Oh, there's a person named Nikita.
In the show, yeah.
No, there's a real life person that goes by the name. It's an influencer, I'm pretty sure, that goes by, like, I'm pretty sure it's Nikita Dragon. And I'm pretty sure she's also of Asian descent. I think I'm pretty sure.
This is why I couldn't choose the name, alright?
It's okay. I can easily figure that out at some point. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she's an influencer or something. Okay, so see, we were talking about two different things.
So sorry.
I was like, I don't know anything about her. I'm sorry, I can't help you with this.
Hey, I mean, that's alright. I did, however, choose Selena, which is still a celebrity on 2 accounts. So
it's okay.
My brain's got nothing.
It's okay. So I figured, since this podcast is called Chaos and Cats, and there's no guarantee we're going to talk about our cats in every episode, no guarantee. But we need to make sure that we're talking about cats, I feel like, in every episode, at least once, So I'm going to start doing a cat fact.
A cat fact. I love
I thought we could start doing cat facts. Like right at the beginning of the episode or something. So yeah, we're gonna do a little cat fact. I am gonna just say this quick one because it's too small, and then I'm gonna do another one with this one, so you're getting 2 little facts today. So first of all, do you know what a group of cats is called, Laura? Because I guess I didn't know this, and I'm like, why are they called that?
I want to say it's a gecko, but it's also from a movie from when I was a kid. So that's the one came to mind, and I'm just gonna trust my instincts here.
It's called a clouder.
So just as weird of a word.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. It's just as weird of a word. It's called a clouder. Clowder. It's a clouder.
Is it because they make clouds of fur all over the ground?
That's a good one.
They do.
Anyways, the other little fact here is that felines don't taste sweetness. They lack the taste bud receptors. This author on this site, which will be sourced, of course, will always source, but it's dailypaws.com. Thought that was cute. This Dr. Joseph Brand says in this article indicates that if your cat nibbles on your cake or ice cream, they want the fat in there, not the sugar. Which both are bad for your cats. Don't give your cats, either of those things. But yeah, it's not because they want the sugar or they taste the sweetness of it. It's because they want the fat that's in it.
So is it just like their bodies know that has fat in it? Can they taste
probably
the fat in it?
I mean, it probably doesn't taste much of anything to them. It's probably bland to them, I would assume. I would assume it's probably something that just really doesn't have flavor to them because they don't have the receptors for it. So yeah, I'm going to assume that if they have any interest in it, it's because... yeah, they probably can smell the fat in it or something, especially maybe depending on what it is. But especially if it's like a cream or something.
I did know that because I did look it up one time because Henry is obsessed with ice cream, but he doesn't like it. He comes, whenever we have ice cream, he will sit and it's like the one food that he will really beg. As long as it's not chocolate, I'll give him a teeny tiny option, and then he just sniffs it, and then is like, nah. I'm like, then why do you come over here every time?
Oh my gosh. It's because of the fat. It's the smell of the fat. He's probably like, there's something good in that, but then he's probably like...
but that actually tastes...
it's not that good. That's not actually really good, cold. Mom. Why are you eating that, Mom? What is wrong with you, Mom?
So I didn't know the fat part of it, actually. I only knew that they couldn't taste sweet stuff.
It's basically more than likely they're going for the fat.
That's... oh, Henry. What am I going to do with you?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing our cat fact of the day.
I'm
the week,
glad
the month,
I could...
whatever this is released.
Yeah, we're... Basically, by time we're recording an episode... Okay, by time you guys get an episode, we have recorded at least 3 more episodes. You're like, you guys are usually getting 3 episodes behind us, so maybe one day you'll get more current. We'll be more current with you, but right now this works for us. I already forgot to put up the episode last week, so episode 8 went up a week late. It's okay. That's okay.
It's okay.
I like looked down at my calendar and I went, huh, we were supposed to release an episode this week and it was Friday. I was like, oopsie, I guess that's going out this week instead. So, episode 8 was a little late. That's okay.
But, I mean, we've warned y'all from the beginning.
Yeah, don't
It's just
expect
we're
major...
going to attempt a certain thing, but...
We don't promise anything, and that's purely just because we both forget. Because, honestly, Laura is also responsible for making sure episodes come out, and neither of us made sure the episode went out.
I am responsible. I will agree.
To an extent,
However,
not completely.
I do not.
She's not
look
the...
for it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's like, yeah, I do
Exactly.
agree, but do I do it?
No. Because Laura is supposed to be waiting for my message of, hey, the episode is done and up. She never got that. But did either of us think about that? Nope. Nope.
I was dying.
So and that's
I didn't
okay.
think about
And that's
it.
okay. Exactly. And that's fine. That's fine. Laura was dying. I just honestly forgot. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot. So yeah. It went out late. But that's okay. Eventually we'll get our shit together and things will go out on time. Laura's over here shaking her head. Laura, they don't know. They don't know I'm lying right now, okay? Okay? Stop it. Don't just out me like that.
False hope.
Yeah?
Right? We can't have that. Although we did say that we lie all the time on this podcast, so suckers!
Suckers!
Could be lying about lying. And I really actually don't really lie on this podcast.
She doesn't. Neither of us do. Let's face it.
Let's face it.
We're too stoned to fucking think of a lie on a command when we're doing this shit.
Gosh, I wasn't even stoned, and part of my topic that I wanted to bring, I had to do too many lies of making up, so I was like, my brain can't handle this. So even planned lies don't work out. So... I know.
Okay. Well, how have you been, Laura? We haven't checked in yet. How you been? Besides dying.
Well, I did not fully die. They were able to bring me back. And by they, I mean copious amounts of cough drops.
Wonderful. Amen to that.
And soup I made, so... but aside from that, I've been good. I go on... vacation technically next week.
That's right.
Mark and I are going to Kansas because his sister's getting married.
Ooh.
So it's like a vacation, but also like Mark and I were talking that he and I really haven't been on a vacation for ourselves that doesn't like relate to family in like since high school.
Totally get
I went
that.
to Japan. I think that's the only time, but that was 7 years ago.
Totally get that. I totally get that.
It kind of sucks.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm excited to go.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be a great time.
But like, you're not going just for you guys. You're like, there is a reason you're going, which is a great reason.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean you guys are gonna be like able to just exactly, which kind of sucks. So
yeah, but we were talking about it, so I think we're trying to plan something in the future where it's just an actual vacation because we're like, wow, and it's always going to be that way because he's got family out of state, I've got family out of state, because then I'm going to Alabama for my sister's birthday, so it's like great time yet again, but still.
That is one thing I'm grateful for, is that my family is a 6-hour drive away, so I can go for a fucking weekend if I want to.
Yeah.
Yes, they are in a completely different state. They are like 3 states away, but I can do it in a day or a weekend if I really want to, which makes it a bit easier for me that I don't have to take like so much time off to go visit family.
Yeah.
Which then makes it a bit easier for me to make my vacations a bit more for us, but we don't always get to take vacations together. It's very rare that we get to take vacations together, so yeah.
Oh, adult life. Welcome.
Adulting, it's just wonderful. Sucks. Don't do it.
Not that you have a choice, but
The whiny baby is back.
oh,
Hey,
hi,
Toots.
baby. But that is moi. How are you?
Good. Let's see. With the bachelorette party.
Is that the one where you dressed up?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
That
see
was the one where
pictures.
we dressed up.
So cute.
We had the bachelorette party. That was fun. And then the weekend after that, we went to the bride's house. It's basically a bachelorette weekend part 2, except we were doing stuff for her wedding. We were doing flower arrangements and stuff, and like our bouquets and everything. And then this weekend is the wedding.
See, getting married sounds like a terrible time.
It's
so
a
much work.
lot. It's a lot.
So much work.
It's a lot of work, especially if you're doing like an all-out wedding. Like my friend, like my best friend's doing an all-out wedding. She's like, I'm going for it. I don't fucking care. Me and Sydney are like her friend, her other best friend, the other bridesmaid. We're just like, go for it. Fucking do it. Like if that's what you want to do. Sydney and I both just did like get hitched. And she's also doing a party, but it wasn't even necessarily that she wanted to do the party. It was her family that wants to do it. So they are doing like a second wedding, but it's more for their family than it is for them, just like what Nick and I basically did.
Definitely.
So yeah. That's what she wants to do though. And I'm like, hey, go for it. But it's stressful, man.
It sounds like it. Like I'm sure it's gonna be great and beautiful, and she's gonna love it.
Oh yeah.
So much work goes into it. I talked to my best friend, or one of my best friends, a lot when she was planning for her marriage, and she made a majority of her stuff.
Yeah.
And like DIY'd the whole thing, and it came out gorgeous, but so much work went into it. And I'm like, holy fuck.
It's a lot of work. It is a lot of fucking work for one night. This is why I fully support like Indian weddings and stuff where they're like 3-day long affairs. I'm like, yeah, make a weekend of it. Make it a multi-day affair where you're doing different shit each day, and like the big party day is the final day. Like make it worth it. If we're putting in all this money and effort, like if I were gonna put in the money, I'm gonna make it worth it. Like I'm gonna be like, we're doing a whole ass affair on this. Like this is gonna be a whole thing. Clear your weekend. This is not a 1-day affair. If you can't make it, bye.
Hey, honestly,
Cheaper on my end.
You should have done it.
Honestly.
You still can, technically.
We could have a third
do
wedding. We
whatever
joke
you
all the
want.
time about should we do another one?
Oh.
We won't until maybe 10 years later down the line. Maybe we'll do a renewal, but that's it. I'm not doing a full-blown fucking wedding again. And ours wasn't even that intense because we just did a big party basically. So
This is, I don't know.
yeah, I recommend getting hitched. Just get hitched. Just go to the courthouse or get a couple of friends, get them to go do something online so that they can marry you, and then boom, call it a day.
I already got you.
Exactly. I can if you guys ever want to, tie the knot, you let me know. I know a great little bridge in Paxton, Massachusetts.
That is so close to me.
That's where we got married.
Really?
Yeah. In
You
Paxton.
came all that way?
It's halfway between Nick's parents and my parents. Paxton,
that is so
Massachusetts was
cute.
the halfway point for both of our parents. Because for us, it's like maybe a couple hours, like an hour and a half-ish or so like that. 2 hours, something like that. And then, we got married in a little park in Paxton. So, you guys want to get hitched, you let me know. And I know a cute little bridge in a park that is absolutely like gorgeous. And
30 or 40 minutes from here.
And we could do it right there. I got a chef for a husband.
Is this too much information about where I live? It is possible.
Don't worry about it. They don't know in which direction that you live. That's all they need to know.
I'm cuckoo, so
don't worry about it. She does. What is it? Krav Maga. What is it that you do that you were learning?
Krav Maga.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely.
I thought it was
you
Krav
have that
Maga.
correct.
I couldn't remember if it was Krav Maga. I'm like, was it Krav?
It was. No, you did
I'm
great.
like Krav Maga.
Beautiful.
I distinctly remember the conversation we had when you said, yeah, it's gonna be in this guy's home. He's a former Marine, like in his basement. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
Okay. I did not know it was in his basement. All right, I just knew it was in his home.
Yeah,
and then
she
he
comes
was like,
at
come
me
into my house, into our basement. I'm like,
she comes at me
Sir.
telling me she's going to this guy's home. He's a former Marine. He's gonna be teaching them Krav Maga. I'm like, I need his address, his name, and I want to know when you're going, and I want a message when you're back, because I don't trust this. What the fuck? I just had every red flag signal. My true crime brain was like, no.
Mark go with me, all right? Because I was gonna do it alone.
Oh my god. If you had told me that...
okay, maybe that's a poor choice.
If you had told me that, I would have been like, nope, I'm coming with you. When is this happening? I'm taking Krav Maga. Let's go. I'll drive.
I'll drive 2.5 hours.
I don't care. I'm going. You're not going alone. Let's go.
That's so... And he's a very intense individual, but he is so nice, which I didn't obviously know.
No.
But...
No. You didn't know.
But
that's okay.
Yeah. I think Mark right now is doing jujitsu and like a Krav Maga mix. And he's also done like boxing and he's all into that stuff.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit more versed. But, you know.
I want to take some form of self-defense, like something.
Yeah.
At some point.
I definitely want to get more into it.
Yeah. Let's do it together, you and me. Let's find a halfway point.
Maybe.
We can do it.
That is a possibility. And I would love to train with an actual, like someone more my size, because to try to do
that's what I was
going
going
to
say is we're closer in size. I was going to say we're much closer in size. I'm like maybe a couple inches taller than you, if that. If I'm even...
Yeah.
How tall are you again?
5'6".
Oh yeah, no, we're the same height. Yeah, I was going to say I'm like 5'6", 5'7", somewhere in there.
I'm,
like,
yeah.
It's like 5'6",
like
5'7", somewhere in there. I don't know. Somewhere's in there. But yeah,
Me
no,
too.
we're like we're the same height. So like, yeah.
And I think that would be perfect because I've wanted to do it with someone my size, whether male or female, I don't care. But I literally, like the instructor literally had to teach me how to like kick down knees and stuff in order to do the moves, which is appreciative.
That is good.
I think I can't practice them as easy.
Right, but it is good that you do
levels.
have a bit of knowledge on how to take someone down that is a bit bigger than you, though, because I mean, in reality, you may have to take someone down if you would ever need to that is probably going to be a bit bigger than you. But of course, you want to be a bit more practiced in the moves in general, in the motions of them by doing that on someone the same size as you.
See, I don't often feel this way, but when it comes to fighting people, especially people larger than me, I am confident when I should not be.
Oh, of course. Aren't we all?
In my brain,
it's that
feels
little
that
man
way
syndrome.
So strongly. It really
it's that
is,
little
but
man syndrome
so
of like,
strongly.
I'm bigger than you. I might look smaller, but I'm bigger than you. Let's go.
You up. I was like, and I know I wear glasses and I look sweet because that's what I'm always told, but I am not. But my brain knows this so much that my mouth follows suit, and it's
Same.
not a good time. Mark has been like, nope, not today, because he is, like, Mark's 6'1" or 2" or whatever, and this guy was massive even in compared to him, and he started pushing people around because we were at a concert. I'm like, what, just because you're bigger? And I started to, like, and Mark's like, nope, and, like, turned me around.
That's me. I give the dirtiest looks to people, and I'm just like, are you fucking serious right now? Like, oh, I fucking hate it. And they're always like, much bigger than me, and I'm like, yeah, you want to fucking go.
Whoop. A big move of Krav Maga is nut shot.
Yep.
So
Nut shot.
We already have an episode like that. So.
No, I'm calling out a previous episode because I'm pretty sure that's where you first mentioned it. In that episode. Was in nut shot, which is like,
all right.
I think 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there.
I didn't remember that we talked about that specifically.
I think that's where you mentioned
it, and then I'm like, oh yeah.
The nut shot thing, the nut shot move. And I think you had mentioned that you had learned that one in Krav Maga there. I think so.
But now you guys all know that I went to a stranger man's house and basement.
Nothing like
fighting lessons.
Sitting down and telling your true crime, intense listening true crime friend that you're going to a stranger's home that is a former Marine to teach you Krav Maga and like just. I was like, I'm sorry, what? You broke me that day when you told me that. And even when you told me Mark was going with you, I was still like, are you dumb? Yes.
Maybe possible.
Did it work out? Yes. Thank God. But
what's also funny about this is I won't say his real name.
Oh God, no, not especially not on here.
It was the equivalent of like Mike Michelson, so it sounded like a fake actor.
Yeah, no, literally when she gave me the information, because she like straight up sent me his information so that I would have his address.
That's when I was planning to go alone too.
Yeah,
so
she sent me his information so I could look it up, and I'm like, this just seems so sketchy right now. Are you sure you guys want to do this? I was like on a high alert. I was like, I swear to God, if she does not, I swear to God, I will call the cops. Like, I swear to
I have the address right here.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
But no, he was nice and he knew his shit, but glad it worked out.
Could you imagine if I hadn't heard from you and I was just like, cops show up.
Driving to Massachusetts.
and then cops show up at the house and you just start laughing because you're like, oh shit, I should have told Kaylie we were fine. He probably would have been like, no, that's fine. That's great. I'm glad your friend looked out for you. But
yeah, and I honestly think he would probably give a solid high five for like trying to be protective of myself,
right?
You know, because that's his whole thing.
Exactly. He'd probably be proud of it. Like, all right, you gave you gave my information to a trusted friend. You didn't just come here without anybody knowing you were coming here.
It's good. It was a good time.
Good. It's great. It's fine. The things she does to me. I'm very much the mom friend. I never wanted this, okay? But my friends forced it upon me.
It's like you're reasonable, but also you got the chaos. So it's like you understand, but you're still like, bad idea.
Yeah. Like, I might join you, but I am gonna look at you and be like, this is fucking stupid.
Terrible idea.
This is a stupid idea and we're going to regret this, guys. But I'm in. And then I'm gonna be the friend that's sitting there like, wait, don't do that. You're gonna get hurt. Oh, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't.
And then I'm gonna laugh at you when it happens, but I will help you up. It's okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh gosh.
Our tangents.
Well, Laura, I don't remember who went first last time. Because that was a few weeks ago. So, do you want to go first?
I will say that mine may be a little shorter. I have some comments with each of these, so maybe they'll start a conversation, but it might just be better because it's a little short and
so we'll start with you first.
I don't know what your topic is, but I'm excited.
We'll do yours. Mine is probably going to have a bit more length to it, so.
That's why I'm excited, especially since you gave me hints, so I have
I did. I dropped a couple hints. So there's a couple things that we could be talking about like, that she's like, oh.
So.
Yes. All right, then you can go first, my dear. What are we talking about? What you got for us?
So the OG idea that my brain could not comprehend today and figure out was to make up lies and then also look up facts and make you guess which ones I made up and which ones are real. However, I just looked up super weird facts, jotted down my favorite ones, I did not make up lies. These are all true.
She forgot to do half of it, guys.
Because I told you, I tried to lie on purpose.
She's not good at it.
Practiced, and I couldn't come up with any that were sounding weird enough to
See,
be
if I had been a
funny,
part
but
of this,
also
I could have helped you.
believable.
I could have helped you with this.
Maybe next time, but we would know which one's true, which one's false.
It's true. We would need a third person
Nick will have
for that.
to come in.
Well, I mean, he
Get
is
over
there.
here.
I mean, he is there, but
He's
yeah, we
there.
could have been like, leave the room so we can do this, and then you can come back and you can take part in this. But it's
It'll
okay.
be another time.
And we'll have to do it some other
Maybe
time.
That will be
Some
our
other time.
couple.
He's looking at me like, what
couple,
the fuck is going on
podcast.
over there?
Mark and Nick will be there.
Ooh, yeah, we do have to get both
Yeah.
of them on here.
Yes.
Both of the significant others.
Not to go a little off topic, but I forgot when I was looking at my podcast ideas that I had previously written. There's just a quote in here, because Mark has the funniest one-liners. So this one just killed me so hard. I forgot I even wrote it down, but it's just in quotes. And okay, so he was adopted at like 12 or something, and then was around here for the rest of his life. But, so he said that when he was a kid, he says, I tried to dress like a gangster, but my parents kept buying me clothes from JCPenney. And I just thought it was so funny, because he was like so passionate about being upset about it. And I can picture it too, because he was a like little nerdy, scrawny white boy.
I mean, yeah.
And so him trying to, and he's in a very white town,
white
I would say,
neighborhood, yeah.
So
It's a very white
it's
state, so yeah.
So it just like it just killed me. My parents kept on buying me clothes from JCPenney.
I'm gonna be a gangster, but my mom just keeps buying me clothes from JCPenney.
Oh, so that's a little tidbit on Mark. You'll love him.
That's
He's
so
hilarious.
funny. I love it. All right, what are these weird?
Yes, the first fact that I have for you today was the first one that actually made me be like, fine, I kind of want to do this. Because this fact alone was like, well, I had a
Worth
lot of
it.
questions. In the 1980s, Frederick Bauer, probably saying that incorrect, but the founder of Pringles, requested to be buried in a Pringles can, and his children honored the request.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, it wasn't like an actual Pringles can, but it was made. Well, it was a Pringles can, but to be life size. Yes, it was a life size Pringles can.
I need to see this.
Yeah.
Also, though, was it he was cremated and put into a
I think it was his
urn?
body.
Holy fuck, dude! You're gonna make your children have to make that request for a Pringles?
Okay, it was his ashes.
coffin?
Nope, it was his ashes were put inside of a Pringles can. Yeah, so they just took a typical Pringles can and dumped his ashes in there, is what I'm assuming. Or they got a fancy metal Pringles can made. I don't know what they did, but it's some form of Pringles can. They either took a legit Pringles can, a nice clean one, and put his ashes in there, or they got like some fancy Pringles can made like of metal or something and put his ashes in there, I'm gonna assume. But yes, I did know that one. That's a fun one.
That's so odd, but I do have a question for you. If you were to be buried, cremated, and put into a Pringles can, what flavor would you choose?
I don't like Pringles that much. Controversial topic. Kaylee's coming in with the controversial comments. I don't like Pringles. I don't like the chips. It's the texture. I don't like the chips. I do not like the chips at all. I don't.
Fine.
It's the
So
chips
you
themselves.
cannot be
The flavors are
very
good,
Pringles.
usually.
Okay. Could you rate the flavors?
I
Like,
don't
which
know
one?
the flavors off the top of my head because I haven't eaten enough Pringles because I don't like the texture of the chips. They're
Well,
weird.
I'm disappointed in you.
I don't
first
care.
Of all.
I don't
Second
care.
of all, the only correct answer is salt and vinegar. So...
Oh, I love salt and vinegar chips in general, so, like, I'd probably enjoy the salt and vinegar ones, but I just don't like them because I don't like the texture of the Pringles chips.
I have had other salt and vinegar chips, and my favorite are the Pringle ones because of the texture. I
love the Lay's
they're crunchy, but not painful.
salt and vinegar. I love the Lay's salt and vinegar chips. Those are, like,
not painful enough.
perfect.
I need my mouth to be, like, disintegrating.
Another good one is the,
Fuck anything kettle cooked because I will break a tooth.
No, I know.
I've broken a tooth unless.
As much as I love a good kettle cooked chip, don't you get me wrong, I get it. I think it's like the Humpty Dumpty ones are very vinegary. They're very intense and they will burn your mouth.
I will have to look for that brand because I don't think I've ever even heard of it. So
you might have to
I'm
come more
intrigued.
towards Maine to get it.
Just gonna
But
Amazon.
I mean, like, I could always send you some too as well, you know, like, there's always me, they literally have them in the grocery store, like.
With my edibles, of course.
Of course.
I'll send you money, don't worry.
Hey, we should just hang out and I can bring you a bag of Humpty Dumpty chips. How about instead of me mailing them, we hang out?
I know, right?
And we do some in-person content.
One time in, 5 years? How long have we known each other?
Let's see, 2019.
Oh,
Because that's when we started doing our
4
schooling.
years?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, it's been 4 years. Yeah, because it was, like, basically when I started working. And I've been at my job for... I'm going to bleep out that I just said my job name there. But...
Working at your new job.
It was when I started working at my job, my current place of work. So, and I've been there for almost 5 years, so I have known you for about the same amount of time.
Yeah, because that's when we did our school.
Mm-hmm. What's another fact, Laura?
Another fact I've got to scroll. It is, and this is also feeling like a very controversial topic for me because how? But without saliva, humans are unable to taste food. Why are they called taste buds if they don't do shit? Are you just going to continue to look into each fact?
I was looking to just see if the Pringles can was human-sized or not, but I'm kind of curious, and I kind of want to.
Good, because if I put on the Wi-Fi on my phone, we know it's going to fuck everything
I'm plugged in with the Ethernet cord, so we're good. I'm plugged right into the Wi-Fi, so no worries on my end. Why do we need saliva?
Watch it be false. Can't trust nothing.
Saliva is the principal fluid component of the external environment of the taste receptor cells, and as such could play a role in taste sensitivity. Its main role includes transport of taste substances to and protection of the taste receptors.
So that doesn't... I heard the word could in there. It doesn't seem very scientific. And if I didn't have saliva and I just did water, seems the same.
Okay, there's a certain enzyme in the saliva that basically reacts to sugars and other carbohydrates and stuff. And basically, if we didn't have that enzyme in there, things would taste very differently, and or we wouldn't taste them at all. Basically, like there's a certain enzyme basically in the saliva that there's a science that happens.
Yep,
a science occurs.
A science occurs, and this is how we get what we get. All right.
Okay. In the initial process of taste perception, saliva acts as a solvent for taste substances. Salivary water. It's weird. Don't like that. Dissolves
That's
taste substances, and the latter diffuse to the taste receptor sites. Okay, so yeah, it has to basically spread it across your taste receptors. Helps spread it across is what I'm gathering.
Yes, science occurs.
A science occurs. Just know that a science occurs. And that information comes from the National Institutes of Health. You can Google it. I don't care.
I don't care. I've been wrongfully mad at my taste buds for being a picky eater all my life, and I guess I should have been mad at my.
I mean, they play a part in it, but your saliva plays a big part too.
Well, how dare both of them? Fuck them both at this point, then.
All right, what's our next fact?
March 3rd is known as What If Cats and Dogs Had Opposable Thumbs Day. And I just want to think about that for a second. What if cats and dogs had opposable thumbs?
I don't want to think about that because my cats and dogs would be getting into everything. They'd be getting out. They'd be opening all the fucking doors. No. No. Absolutely not. They do
Henry
not.
Definitely.
They cause enough trouble. Oh my god, they cause enough trouble. Ruta would throw the vacuum away. She would pick that thing up and chuck it.
Get gone.
She hates that fucking thing. She'd be like, nope,
Henry
it's out.
Too.
It's gone.
Cut it out of here, Mom. Just kidding. I can do it with my thumbs, bitch. I'm gonna torture you with this. But, this one's real quick because it's pretty simple, and it's a snail can sleep for 3 years, and all I can say is, I wish. Moving on.
Damn.
That sounds like a
Sounds like
fat
a
ass
dream.
nap that I need. I know. 3 years. Where are we? Another term for your nieces and nephews would be nibblings.
Yeah, I've heard that. I'm gonna start calling them that.
I was just about to
I'm gonna start calling all of my nieces and nephews my nibblings.
My little nibblings. It sounds.
I thought you were gonna. I was really hoping you were gonna say that the other term was goblins, and I'm like, they are goblins, and I really love that that's the actual term.
Nibblings.
Nibblings. Yeah, I've definitely heard that before.
I like this. Have you heard it be like stated as a fact, or have you heard?
I feel like I've heard it in a sentence, but not known that it was like a fact kind of thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I've heard people like call children that are their nieces and nephews nibblings, but I did not know that it's because it's a legitimate term.
You thought it was just like an inside joke right there. But I think it's so cute, and it kind of perfectly describes my little niece and nephew.
Mm-hmm.
So just thought I'd like that. We've got a few more to go. I think I'm gonna pass on this one. Already uninterested. This one is selfies now cause more deaths than shark attacks.
Yep. It's because people will like walk and take selfies and do stupid shit, and
yeah, they're trying
or they'll
to
get
be
themselves
like,
into really dangerous situations to get
yeah.
one photo, and I'm like, no. Yeah.
No.
Yep.
And I'm terrified of getting attacked by a shark, so that's saying something for selfies.
Oh my gosh.
Pope Francis used to be a nightclub bouncer.
Yeah.
I
recently learned this. I recently learned this.
Know these
I
things.
recently learned that one in a true crime episode I was listening to. Because they were talking about, oh god, I don't even remember, something to do with stuff in, I think, in Rome, and they were talking about the popes and stuff, and they talked about how Pope Francis was literally just learned this like 2 days ago that he was a bouncer,
so
and I was like, that's
weird.
so fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious, and I need pictures, and then I need someone to morph him as a bouncer and a pope, because I want to know what that looks like. So, but you're wild. Get out of here. Let's see if you know the last one. Ma'am, you probably do. It's probably on your true crime stuff too because it's... Come on. But before mercury, brandy was used to fill thermometers. And I want to know why they switched over, though, because mercury is literally...
Maybe maybe because of the viscosity or something?
I was just about to say, did it just not work as well? Because we're still... Are we still using mercury in thermometers? Is that okay? I was going to say, is that still a thing? It was when I was growing up. So
yeah, we were the last generation that had any sort of thermometers with mercury in them. Like those glass fucking
used to scare
thermometers.
Me as a kid.
I know. I was always terrified.
I take your temperature. Don't bite it for multiple reasons.
You said it was brandy, right?
Yeah.
According to ucla.ac.uk/culture online/case study/2002/APR/why it mercury chosen thermometers. That's me citing my source. Thank you. Where is the sentence that I just saw?
I hate when they do that. All I need is that one sentence and the little bit rest of it. I gotta search through 6 pages of shit.
It has something to do with the way it expands.
The brandy or the mercury?
The mercury.
But it makes it better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's something to do with and now it's really fucking... Okay, here it is. Okay. We have used mercury in thermometers because it expands in a consistent way when heated, not because of its conductivity. It's been used over other liquids because its rate of expansion is just right for us to be able to make observations in a temperature range we are interested in from a calibrated thermometer. Mercury thermometers, of course, are now banned as it's very toxic to both humans and the environment, and now we have digital shit. But yeah, so it was because it expanded at that rate that we needed it to be able to take a timely temperature with an accurate reading. Exactly.
Yeah. I wonder, would you be willing to look up how long it took for a brandy thermometer to tell you your temperature? Because obviously... Like we said, we grew up on the mercury ones, and it took kind of like a normal, like, thermometer without mercury, like a minute or two. And I want to know, you just sitting there with this thing in your mouth for 15 minutes? It would piss me off because I hate thermometers in my mouth. It hurts under my tongue, and it pisses me off. And if I ever have a child, I refuse to put a thermometer in its ass. Putting that out there for the world to know.
I think the other reason why they got rid of it, it was called an alcohol thermometer or a spirit thermometer.
Sounds good. Yep.
Has similar functions, unlike the unlike the mercury in glass thermometer. The contents of an alcohol thermometer are less toxic and will evaporate quickly. The ethanol version is the most widely used due to the low cost and relatively low hazard posed by the liquid in case of breakage. It doesn't tell me.
That's okay.
Yeah.
It might be like too obscure of like a fact.
I think
that
that's
I
a bit too obscure of a little detail there. But yeah.
Yeah, we can go digging another time.
You can go digging another time.
Come on.
A lot of sciencey words and stuff in there.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I do like science, but my brain, not feeling it.
Doesn't like all the words. Dumb it down for me. Stop giving me too many. You give me too many words. You should take all those words and shorten it into like a small sentence. Small sentence.
Paragraph at most. Paragraph at most.
Yeah.
Spark Notes versions.
Please.
But I don't have any more facts, but the last thing I will say, actually I do have a fact that I wrote down I forgot about because it's from a different website that it made me laugh, but apparently pigs have the longest orgasm that has been observed. And I did know that fact. What the fuck is wrong with you, Kaylie? That's it. That's it. New facts. My name is Kaylie, and I know the facts. Test me. Trivia!
I'm sorry that I know weird facts. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's it.
I'm sorry I've heard these weird facts.
You know,
I come in here.
We used to threaten one of our teachers that we disliked, not in person, just behind their backs, about we're gonna take a very dense and hard 7-foot dildo and shove it up their ass, coming out their ears, and don't make me, Kaylie.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Let me lube her up for you.
Oh. No. No. We ain't making this easy for you. Not after all of the... I know all the facts.
I'm sorry that all the facts you chose are facts that I know. I don't know what to tell you. That's what happens when you're weird people.
I gotta drink my hot chocolate in peace now. Thank you.
Stop being mad about it. You're fine. You're fine. Stop being mad that I know all these weird facts. Well.
No. Before I sign off, because those are all my facts, but the last thing I wanted to say, dramatically throwing my note, is I've been watching The Witcher lately. And Henry Cavill is a literal piece of art. Oh.
Yeah, well, he's not in the next season.
Pisses me off, and I've seen the little fan-based, like, pictures of who is, and I just...
It's Miley Cyrus's ex.
Yeah, and that's disgusting.
Yeah.
He's
I don't like
attractive-ish, I guess.
I don't think
not
he's
for
like
this role.
No, he's not for this role.
He's
not ugly. No, he's not. But he's like whatever. He's fine. But
he's for the last song and the last song only.
He is not for this role, and I am so pissed. And I can't get into it. We get heated over this topic. We get so heated over this topic. And
I just started it too because
it's
I've been
all
wanting to
because
watch it specifically for Henry
the
Cavill,
writers don't respect the story.
And he's like a huge
he
nerd, which
does.
I also kinda love,
and I'm sorry,
so.
but if you want to write a fantasy story, write a fantasy story. Don't pick a name that has an existing story and decide I'm going to do whatever I want with it.
Yeah,
and be surprised when people get mad.
And that should be illegal, shouldn't it? If you're called The Witcher,
if they end up calling it like an
stories.
Adaptation or something, I think is how they can get away with it. But no, I'm pretty sure they were straight up saying that they were going to be doing the Witcher story. And it's fine that they've strayed off a bit, but they don't care about the story, and that's the problem. Yeah. And
I genuinely don't know the story originally. And I know it was a book and a video game, but I don't know it.
What really sucks is Henry is so well versed in the story that he was able to be like, oh, what if we do something from like this line in this book when he says this, or so and so does this, and they didn't care that he could do it. They just got upset that he would say these things, and I'm like, he's not insulting you in the story. He's just wanting to stick to and do a good job at creating this because he cares about it. But yeah, it
pisses me off because I'm on season 3 right now, which I'm also annoyed that they're very short, like, episode seasons, but it's been so good, mostly for Henry Cavill and whoever plays Yennefer. They are like babes. Not to sexualize the whole cast, but I love her. They're also badass too, and that's also like, I love that. I just want to have magic.
Yeah. Same.
And have purple eyes. I want purple eyes. I want purple eyes. It's just...
Same. Honestly.
So that's all I got for you. I've been obsessed. So
I'm glad you finally started watching it. I know I've mentioned it to you a few times where I'm like, watch The Witcher. It's a good show. Yeah, and you finally watched it. And I'm glad you finally watched it because it's a good show. I watch it for the plot. The plot. Henry Cavill and Yennefer. Alright. Is it my turn now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Give it to me.
We We're discussing cryptids again.
I was hoping, because I love this. I get so into this. I gotta turn on my Wi-Fi so I can look up the pictures.
I found the cryptid wiki. So we got a plethora, A to Z, baby, to go through worldwide of cryptids for us to discuss. So all of my sources are going to be from the cryptids wiki, which is like cryptids.fandom.com, which will be, of course, linked in the description. Sources are always linked in there. But yeah, so the the first one we have is, I believe, based in England?
Ireland.
No, England, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So, the first one we have is the Pigman of Cannock Chase. It's a man with a pig's head. I will literally give you a description. So, basically, origins. I believe it was here. Okay. So, according to the local legend, this creepy monster originated when World War II had just recently ended, and British and American scientists joined allegiances to conduct a series of peculiar experiments. The test went too far. Allegedly, they abducted a woman, hypnotized her, and then impregnated her with an artificial human pig DNA seed, in an attempt to create a creature to perform their tests upon. Yep, that face is an appropriate face to make. The scientists closely monitored the woman for 10 months, and they finally determined that the horrible test did not work. A year later, they were stunned to discover that her pregnancy was severely delayed. She bore a baby human who had the snout and face of a pig. Much later, this creature retreated into the woods of Cannock Chase to avoid the prejudicial gazes of human kind. And
have you ever seen that movie?
People have
Pig-Nose movie?
People have since then reported seeing a tall man with the head of a pig roaming about the mysterious landscape.
He's probably gonna gnarly scream because pigs make wild noises. But like on steroids.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hurt your guys' ears like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that's the Pigman of Cannock Chase.
I feel like I've heard of the Pigman.
It's common. It's actually one that I've...
but I couldn't figure out from where.
Well, I'm pretty sure, like, South Park has referenced it. I'm pretty sure a lot of things have, like, referenced, like, a Pigman or something like that. And there's, like, a horror movie, I'm pretty sure, that has, like, some Pigman dude in it. But it is a used thing in, like, horror and stuff like that.
Well... If you look up Pigman, England, just because I want to specify, you have a lot of them that are like a body of a man and a head of a pig. Uh-huh. But there's one that looks well drawn, but definitely hand drawn, and it is the top half body of a man and his head, and then the lower half of a pig, and they're on their hands and knees, and it's... And
you know, it's great.
It's unfortunate.
It's great.
He's even got the tail. That's how the baby could have turned out. They couldn't figure out which end or was gonna go where.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay. This next one is the okay. It's written here spelled Afanc. Afanc is how it's spelled, but I have seen it pronounced Avanc. It is a lake monster from Welsh mythology. It's said to be a crocodile dwarf demon or beaver hybrid. The lake where it lives is also varies. I'm not gonna pronounce.
Beaver hybrid?
Something like that. Yeah, it's something like that.
I just didn't know if that's what you said because I was looking at the pictures.
The Avanc was, actually no, that's not. I don't want to go into. Where is it? So it's a monstrous creature that, like most lake monsters, was said to prey upon any foolish enough to fall into or swim in its lake. One of the earliest descriptions of it is given by the 15th century poet Lewis Glyn Cothey, who described it as living in Sifadon. I'm sorry, I'm not. This is Welsh place. I am not gonna pronounce these correctly. Welsh is a very hard language, and they did not give me pronunciations. And then there's Langorse Lake, now in Powys. Don't know if that's at all correct. Do with that what you will. Look it up yourself. But yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna look up this other source I had.
And I do encourage everyone to...
Oh my god, look it up.
Look
It's
these up
so
because
fucking
they are
funny.
hilarious, because yet again there is an option to have body and head and then reverse it, and it's hilarious. Oh my god.
It is a crocodile platypus. It's literally a platypus with a head and like tail of a crocodile in some pictures, and then in other pictures it's like reversed. It's
hilarious reverse. It's still scary and would kill me, but hilarious. I would laugh at it dying. Like that, bitch.
Alright.
Feel ashamed.
This next one, you're gonna love this next one. The Coonigator.
That sounds dirty.
Described as a raccoon-like creature, but with the face which bears a striking resemblance to an alligator or a crocodile, it also has a rounded torso and a thick coat of grayish fur. It is often mistaken for a raccoon at a distance, but those whom have had the opportunity to get a close look at these unique animals, they were terrified by the creature's faces.
Would you say their name again?
Coonigator.
Coonigator.
Coonigator. Coonigator.
Right. Look at me go.
Coonigator.
Because this is hilarious. I love people's renditions. Because, like, some of the last ones that we did, there was actual, like, photos of, like, a weird outline of this animal.
Because those were
cool,
a bit... Those ones were a bit more... Even though they were obscure, they were still a bit more known. Whereas these ones are hilarious. A bit more obscure, where you just have basically people's artist renderings of these.
Y'all have to go to our Instagram and Facebook pages, because I am screenshotting all of the options.
We will post all of the pictures of
forward,
these.
Forward, backwards animals, and it's a good time. So.
Oh, I love it. That's great. Okay.
Alligator, I can't.
The next one we have, it on the wiki it is listed under their hoax section, but to be fair, cryptids are not known if they are real or not. I don't know, but yeah,
that's
so
why they are what they are.
Exactly. This one is called the Abaguchi.
I feel like I've heard of that one.
The Abaguchi,
but I have no idea about it,
is a creature resembling a cross between an owl, a fox, and a deer. It is indigenous to Costa Rica. Nope, never mind, I haven't heard of it. Nope. It is indigenous to Costa Rica, where people refer to it as a dry land piranha, because it will eat anything, including creatures far larger than itself, such as horses and cows. If cornered, an abaguchi will consume itself in a devilish whirlwind, rather than allow itself to be captured. They mate only once every 6.5 years. The creature is very likely a hoax. However, there are actual reports of the creature that might differentiate it from more legitimate hoaxes as a more validated cryptid. Yeah.
I wasn't sure how they were going to combine all of those animals.
It's interesting. Yeah, the one photo they have here is quite creepy.
It's like just the same photo, but one he's wearing a hat, one he's next to pumpkins. Like, they're just cropping them into shit at this point.
That's so funny.
Cracking me up.
Oh my god, that's great. I love that. Alright. The next one on our list is a weird one. It's
I mean,
no, it tops the Coonigator. It's
okay,
weird.
wait. I gotta get the picture of the Coonigator. I want to keep up if it's a weird one. Okay, I'm ready for you.
It's called the Grampus. Not the Krampus. The Grampus is a
I was
bizarre
thinking that too.
tree-dwelling porpoise-like creature said to have terrified villagers. Said to have terrified villagers. Laura, stop it! Said to have terrified villagers who tread too close to the rural English churchyard where it made its home. Highclere is a village that lies in the northern part of Hampshire County, near the Berkshire border. While it's most famous for being the home of Highclere Castle, it is also the address of the Highclere Church, which was the alleged habitat of one of the strangest cryptids ever recorded. While there's not much of a written record concerning this unique beast, it has been passed down through the centuries. Are eyewitness accounts of a strange, wheezing animal that was said to resemble, at least on the surface, a dolphin or porpoise.
Fucking.
What's even more odd...
Have they been... Where did you say this is from? You said Hampshire County.
Europe. It's a European cryptid.
I was just about to say, if this thing is
not here.
I need to go see it.
So, what's even more odd is that unlike its ostensibly marine mammalian kin, the Grampus was said to dwell in the branches of an ancient yew tree located in the Highclere churchyard. While the Grampus was not considered to be a particularly dangerous vermin, it did manage to terrify locals by emitting a disturbing cacophony of guttural noises, and even more alarmingly, chasing anyone, primarily it would seem young women, foolish enough to wander too close to its domicile. What method of locomotion it used to propel itself in these pursuits remains a mystery. Needless to say, the Highclere natives believe this bizarre beast to be a denizen of hell, and they promptly enjoined, because the next part of what I was about to say would be very inappropriate.
Not
enjoined a local clergyman would have been a very different sentence.
Guess it depends on the clergyman. Maybe
To help-
Henry Cavill, I'll be there.
To help rid them of what they perceived to be a demonic entity. The anonymous clergyman agreed, and through the rite of exorcism, by means of bell, book, and candle, managed to banish the beast into the Red Sea for a period of no less than 1,000 years.
That's all you got? You're gonna let it come back?
Yeah, apparently.
When was this?
I don't know.
Because that's been 1,000 years.
Like the 1800s, so we're good.
Oh.
I think. Maybe not. Actually, no, it's probably back by now. It's early 1800s, so...
Yeah, we're kind of fucked.
But... Yeah, so it's a porpoise-like creature that lives in a tree.
See it run. Its little fins are gonna be like...
But remember, it's like living inside, it's like in a tree, too. Like,
But I thought it was just hiding in the
I
tree.
don't know.
I didn't think it...
Because in this picture I'm seeing, it looks like it's like embedded in this tree. Maybe it just sleeps in this tree. I don't fucking know. It's a tree-dwelling porpoise creature, that's all I know.
And also, it hasn't hurt anyone, so like...
Yeah, it just chases
women.
women.
Honey,
Young women.
I am not gonna be chased without a fucking fight. Or I'll be chased because I'll be scared and then I'll have to recollect myself with some weapons and hunt you the fuck down. Nah.
Okay, last one. Laura, you helped with this one because I asked you to give me a letter. You gave me the letter T.
I did.
So this is the Tatzelworm. It could also be pronounced Tatzelwurm if it's Germany, Austria, so it's like Tatzelwurm. Also called the Alps dragon, is a cryptid reported in several areas in Europe including Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, Italy, and many other places in the European Alps for hundreds of years. It has several regional names, including Stollenwurm, Springworm, Arassus, Pratzelwurm, and Bergstutzen. Stutzen. I'm not too confident on that last one. Bergstutzen. Bergstutzen.
This one actually has a lot of pictures, which is kind of interesting.
So, reports of this creature vary in description, from a serpent, reptile, or amphibian to a feline chimera to something resembling a small Asian dragon. The most common description is of a lizard, snake-like creature with a stubby appearance, 2 front legs without hind legs, completely covered with scales, and a cat-like face. The Tatzelwurm is also believed to be dangerously venomous, able to kill a human instantly with its bite, breathing poisonous fumes, and even possessing acid blood. I want this as a pet in my D&D game. The Tatzelwurm sounds like a great little pet.
I'll take a Tatzelwurm. And I mean, can you imagine?
So
if it has the arms and then just kind of like a tail of a snake or whatever, and it's just like a massive body, can you imagine how fast that thing must be? Because small snakes are fast.
The earliest documented encounter with a Tatzelwurm took place in 1779, when 2 of these creatures appeared in front of a man named Hans Fusch. Badly frightened by his encounter, Hans suffered a fatal heart attack. However, before he died, he was able to tell his family of his encounter. He described the creature as 5 to 7 feet in length, with a snake-like body, clawed front legs, and a large feline head with sharp teeth. And then it just goes on to talk about some other encounters that people have.
This is wild, man.
Yeah, literally, there's been sightings since, like, the 1700s. Let's see, 2009, many reports were made in the Tresivio area of Italy, near the Swiss border. Authorities chalked up most of these reports to missing monitor lizards that had escaped their masters. Some of the sightings were even said to be of raptor dinosaurs. Only the oldest residents of Tresivio called the mysterious creatures by the name they always knew them as.
That's a little
Basilisco. Or basilisk.
Ooh.
Basilisco.
I like that. That's pretty.
That was the Italian name for the Tatzelwurm.
Honestly, this thing could be obviously weird looking, but kind of cute. I mean, it's got a cat face, basically.
I know, right? I'm into that.
That's kind of cool. Can I... How strong are you? Can I ride you? Like...
I mean, in this one picture I'm seeing of it, it's like pretty big looking. Like
pretty buff.
I mean, this one person said 5 to 7 feet. I mean, if it's like 7 feet, I could totally like.
It is thick.
And it's big. Like I could totally like hop on.
I'm saddling that bitch. Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go to battle. I don't know where I'm gonna put my legs, but we'll figure it out.
Fine, minor detail.
Yeah. Minor detail.
But yeah, so those are the fun little cryptids that I had for you. That's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I get so into it. Because I can hear the stories and I'm looking at all the pictures. I'm telling you,
right?
You gotta do it. You gotta do it. I've saved you the trouble. I will post them.
I was gonna say, we will post pictures. Yeah. But I think that's it. I think that's where we're gonna call it.
Absolutely.
But hold on, let me pull up the stuff here.
I was about to say, episode 8 was out this week?
Yes, episode 8 just went out. This is
'Yes.
gonna be episode 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11. 11
Okay, so if y'all on episode 11 or around there and you haven't checked out episode 8, go figure yourself out. Kaylie said it was real weird too because we were talking about...
We were talking about how we imagine celebrities smell like. And when I was listening back to us, I was like, this is so weird. This is so fucking weird.
You're so good at it, though.
This is so fucking weird.
So, it's a good time. Figure it out. Tell us how you think celebrities smell.
Let us know. Let us know your thoughts and feelings on
we gotta do
that.
Henry Cavill. How can we... Did we
I think
do
we
him?
did.
Okay, good. Girl.
Did we?
Because maybe. Is that when we were talking about Superman?
No. No, that's not it.
No.
It wasn't in
We'll
there.
have to figure it out.
We will. We'll have to figure that one out.
Yes, of course.
All right. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. Well, if you are enjoying listening, we would appreciate it if you could go and rate us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen that you're able to rate us. It does actually really help us out. If you could do that, thank you. 5 stars would be very much appreciated.
Yeah, and if you don't, I hope you trip and fall and scrape your knee. Have a terrible day.
There you go. But if you guys want to follow along at all and see photos and anything else we may post in the future when we finally get our shit together and get more posts and shit going, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Chaos and Cats Pod. And then you can also join us over on YouTube, which right now we just have the podcast episodes on there. But if you do listen to podcast episodes on YouTube or whatever, then you can get us over there on, it's at Chaos and Cats Podcast. And you can also hit us up on our email if you want to hit us up there for any reason at all. That's chaosandcatspodcast@gmail.com. And that's it. That's all the information. That's what you need from us.
Yep, that's all we got. Which was a lot. So look.
Yeah,
Taking
exactly.
all
Figure it
that
out.
Information in.
Take it in. Join us on the socials and don't die out there.
Bye, bitches.
Bye.